Hi, everyone. Tess Raffles here, and this is Arizona's Family on the Go podcast. We begin with some breaking news right now after 3 people are killed in a crash. This one involving several cars right in Phoenix near the I-17 and Thunderbird. We know one person who was killed was a pedestrian, and at least 2 people were taken to the hospital. No word yet on what led up to the crash. And Scottsdale police are investigating a late-night shooting, this one happening near 68th Street and Indian School, where officers tell us someone was shot and then rushed to the hospital. Investigators say they do have someone in custody, but no word on the victim's condition or what led up to the shooting. Now to another first alert weather day as excessive heat just traps the state right now. We are expecting this to continue all week long. So let's get straight to first alert meteorologist Ian Schwartz with the forecast. Ian?
Yes, another hot day out there. First alert days for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we may even extend them into the weekend. Why? Well, this very intense heat is sticking with us for the foreseeable future. We'll top out 114 degrees today in Phoenix. As you're heading out to go watch fireworks around 6 p.m., it'll be 110. So please take those heat precautions even in the evening hours. Wednesday is toasty as well, 113. 115 Thursday, 114 on Friday, and we're sticking with that 110 plus territory for Saturday and Sunday and Monday into next week. As far as monsoonal moisture goes, well, we're still waiting on that. We think we're going to start to see some creep of that moisture as we get going into next week. We'll be watching that carefully, but for the 4th of July, very hot temperatures, lots of sun and breezy conditions. And we're going to keep with that trend for a bit. So drink lots of water, take plenty of breaks from the heat, whether it be a car's air conditioning, a house, or work. And stay cool out there. Happy 4th of July with that 114 high.
Thanks, Ian. And with that excessive heat warning in effect, the Salvation Army has set up its heat relief stations. They're up and running now to keep people cool and hydrated. There are also several locations across the valley open from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. You can find a place near you on our AZ Family News app in the Seen on TV section. And remember, because of this excessive heat, the hiking trails at Camelback Mountain and Payestoa Peak once again limited. The trails will shut down from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. not just today, but through this Friday. Crews say anyone planning to hike before or after should really hydrate hours in advance. Make sure your cell phone is charged so you can call for help just in case you or someone else on the trail needs that help. In other news, 12 county attorneys from across Arizona want Governor Katie Hobbs to throw out her executive order aimed at abortion cases. In a letter to the governor, they say her order strips their power to prosecute abortion-related cases. And turns out that authority to the state attorney general. So the county attorneys say the order sets a dangerous precedent and interferes with the job of local prosecutors. You may remember last week, Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell accused Governor Hobbs of a, quote, power grab when she issued that executive order. By this time of the year, state lawmakers should be done for the summer, but for some reason, the legislature hasn't adjourned yet. There's still a lot of tension right now between Republican leaders and Governor Hobbs, who has vetoed several Republican bills and more recently granted state employees access to transgender medical care, including gender-affirming surgeries. In response, a Senate committee has stopped considering any of the governor's picks to run key state agencies. Republican Senate pro tempore TJ Shope, who sits on the panel, thinks that a discussion between the governor and the Senate president could be productive despite the political posturing.
I absolutely do. Look, we've had very good discussions and very good hearings, I think, with all the nominees. The reality is this. We are hiring, in essence, a CEO for each of these departments. I would imagine that in the business community, any CEO that is hired has to go through a very rigorous process.
Senator Shope also suggested the Republicans may try to block some of the governor's orders once they return to the Capitol at the end of the month. But even if they do pass legislation, it would really only be a symbolic gesture because the governor would most likely veto it, and the GOP doesn't have the votes to override a veto. Now to an Arizona's Family exclusive. Police have a man behind bars who they say assaulted a bar's general manager so badly he left her with a brain bleed. This happened at Tempe's 5-star dive bar, and now the manager is on the road to recovery, fortunately. Tiffany Albrecht has been a bartender for more than 20 years. She says Saturday's shift started out like any other until it hit closing time at 2 o'clock in the morning, and one guest, identified by police as Ryan Mellencanen, refused to leave. Security camera video shows Tiffany trying to talk to him, but when she approaches him, she's punched and then falls straight to the ground. Tiffany says he nearly killed her with that one hit, then immediately left the bar with Tiffany still unconscious.
Right when we got to the emergency room, they did a CT scan right away, and within minutes they swarmed around me and Pat, and they said, we have to have operation right now. This is a matter of life and death. She's going to die if she doesn't. Like, we would stop this brain bleed. They had to saw it completely open.
Mellencanen was arrested days later by Tempe police. He now faces an aggravated assault charge. According to court paperwork, he admitted to the assault in a message to a woman he met at the bar. Friends and family rallying for Tiffany through a benefit concert happening this Saturday. If you'd like to go or donate towards her medical costs, we have a link on our website. Just go to azfamily.com. Well, cities across the valley are gearing up to host big 4th of July celebrations. And for some, it's going to be the first time in years. Like in Phoenix, the longtime favorite, Fabulous Phoenix 4th is back with one of the largest fireworks display in all of the Southwest. It's happening at Steel Indian School Park beginning at 6 o'clock this evening until 10 tonight. Remember, we're in a heat wave, so temperatures will be close to 110 degrees when the event starts. They'll have water stations all over to keep people hydrated, but you should bring extra water, of course, coolers and anything to help keep you cool. Organizers say they're ready to give people one of the best fireworks shows in town. And there are plenty of celebrations happening all across the valley. In Peoria, there's the All-American Festival. Mesa is hosting the Celebration of Freedom and a few other events in Gilbert, Fountain Hills, and Goodyear as well. You can find that full list on azfamily.com in the Scene on TV section. Have a great day, everybody.